Good morning, Redskin sports fans. This is John Cannon. I'm here with head football coach Ramiro Leal. Coach, we got another big one coming up. It seems like every game in this district is a big one.
All the games are big, man, John. Every single game that we play, we say we have to bring our A game because they all are big games and they all count. They all count equally, and week in and week out, we just got to perform.
Well, I tell you, the scheduling gods were not very friendly
No,
to you
they
guys
were
right
not.
away. You start with Mercedes, then Ed Couch. Now you've got Brownsville Lopez, who comes in here undefeated. I mean, as a coach, do you cherish the tests early on, or would you rather it be mixed in?
You can look at it two ways. Looking when we saw the schedule first come out, we need the preseason. I said, listen, the preseason is supposed to get us ready for our district play. But we look at our teams in our district play, and there's some pretty tough teams. Probably some of the tougher teams in the district in the first three games that we played. So we saw Mercedes and we saw Ed Couch. We saw, the biggest thing is to stay healthy. Because the worst thing that can happen is if we go through the gauntlet in the first three district games, and those three teams that made the playoffs last year and get injuries, and then that kind of puts us behind the eight ball with the rest of the games coming in. So I mean, looking at both sides, you want to play it at your best level, and hopefully we had that week off and we're playing decent as well, but we've been struggling a little bit. We've had some injuries, which has happened, and that's a thing that we were trying to avoid, but it's happened. We're struggling a little bit because of that. Numbers a little bit down because of it, but we got to keep on going.
From these two games against Mercedes and Ed Couch, what are some of the biggest things that you've stressed in practice that you need to fix in order to move forward?
I think the biggest thing is, the first game against Mercedes, we didn't play a very good first half. We came back and played a better second half. We shut them down. They didn't score. And, of course, we were able to score once. But I think the effort was a lot better the second half. To play the complete game is the biggest thing that we need. Same thing with PSG North. We played a good second half, not a first half. I think La Jolla, we played a complete game. I think when we can play a complete game, we'll be able to, compete at a better level. And that's just the biggest thing. But, we're playing with a bunch of sophomores and juniors, and the inexperience starts kicking in. And, they start creating self-doubt, and self-doubt's the worst thing you can have in a team. And I think that's the biggest thing is overcoming that obstacle right now with the self-doubt amongst these young kids. Some of these, offensively, we have had like 4 up to 5 sophomores start. They were playing freshman football last year. They're making no excuses. It's just the mindset of how to play the varsity levels. It's different.
Lopez comes in here. The one thing I know of them, they possess a ton of speed.
Yes.
They're really, really fast. So defensively, what have you tried to do to complement that speed?
Well, I think playing Mercedes kind of helped us out. Mercedes is very fast too. Nothing taking away Ed Couch or anything, but team speed wise, Ed Couch and compared to Mercedes, we thought we had more team speed with Mercedes in that aspect, and I think that's one thing we're going to see something this week. They have great players at number one. Is very talented. Coach Starkey does a good job in mixing it around with multiple formations and trying to get the ball to his players, which everybody tries to do the same thing in that scenario. I think the biggest thing is just trying to contain them, not give up the big play. The big play is what really hurts. It's a big momentum changer. Just the morale changes. They got to earn whatever they're going to get and just basically bend but don't break attitude defensively. That's what we try to do. We got to respect our keys and stay in the right places and make sure that we don't, misread certain things. That's going to open holes. And great players, give them a little crease and they're going to take it.
Offensively, it seems like Hector's kind of struggled over the past couple of games. What have you tried to tell him to get back? Because he is a big part of this offense, and as he rolls, it seems like the offense kind of follows. So, what's been your message to Hector to try to get him back in the mindset?
I think Hector, we're trying to say, it's hard for Hector, and it's hard. We put a lot of pressure on him as a senior. He's the only senior there. We have one other senior, but with varsity experience from last year, he's the only one, and he's playing with a bunch of kids that were not there last year. And, he's trying to lead, and it's hard because he's trying to lead and he's trying to be a role model and he's trying to make plays and trying to make the right checks and it's a lot of things going on for him. And he struggled a little bit, but none of it has all been his fault. It's just been some breakdowns with the offensive line, which is a very young offensive line again. And I think that, again, the more we play, the better we're going to get. But I think that, right now his numbers don't shine, but I think what he's doing is trying to do his best he can, try to lead his group.
Thursday night game, it's a quick turnaround. Do you prefer to play on Thursdays to get it over with, or would you prefer to have another day to prepare?
I'd rather play on Friday any day of the week. I think any coach has rather play on a Friday. I think sometimes, it's the short week, again, going back to you pretty can practice Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday has to be light because you're playing on Thursday. So you really get 2 good days of preparation. And with the weather the way it's been, and Monday we had no school, and it's kind of tough, with kid scenarios coming into play. But we got to do the best we can. We got to do the best we can, make no excuses. Everybody else plays on Thursdays also. We just hope we get more Friday games and Thursday games.
Last question. What is the one big thing that you want to see out of your team? Again, you got to come to the reservation. It's a very, very tough place to play. But what has your message been to the kids, and what are they going to have to do to.
We just got to
beat
keep on
Lopez.
competing. We just got to keep on competing and keep on growing. I think that's the biggest thing is we don't quit. You know, if you give it your best effort, you know you can walk off the field, you gave it all you had. Whether it's a win or a loss, you know you gave it everything. That's all we can ask for of the kids. You know, wins are going to come and losses are going to come, but the effort's the most important thing about these kids. I think playing at Coaches Elsa, you know, it was close to going at 7-6 at the half. At the very, they scored with 3 seconds, going 14-6. And we gave up 2 big plays here, there, and offensively struggled. But again, I think their effort was there. Their want-to's there. They showed up again Saturday morning to watch film. They're all there trying to learn and make their corrections. And that's all we can ask. You know, their willingness to try to improve themselves and try to make the team better, that's all we can ask as coaches. As long as they keep on working, we'll keep on working, and hopefully we just get better as time goes on.
There you go. Thanks a lot, Coach. And we'll be there Thursday night. We're going to be
See you
live, RedskinsSports.us. Thursday, 7 p.m., the reservation. Be there, be square.
That's right. We'll see you there.
All right, Coach. Thank you.
Okay.